This is a cool little setup right here.
Yo, what's up guys? Today I want to do a part 2 on why I hate Hasbro. It was keeping me up last night. I'll play a little clip for you real quick.
Yo, it's currently 3 a.m. Fuck Hasbro.
It was like 3 a.m. and like I literally couldn't sleep. I tried recording this video last night and obviously I was just tired as hell, so it didn't really come out too good. And it just sounded like non-coherent rambling, if anything. So I just figured I should probably remake it and make it a little bit more coherent. So Hasbro has really kind of, I've just been like, especially with those new reveals that just got revealed, like the 86 Thundercracker and the Titan Grimlock and all those SDCC 2025 reveals. I've just been thinking a lot, like, wow, we are really kind of getting screwed over as collectors. And it's happening like a lot, and it's happening, I feel, more frequently. Now, the first thing I'm going to cover, and this is probably like the biggest part to all this, that, you know, why I keep, like, it annoys the absolute shit out of me. And I did cover this in my first, you know, video or whatever, like a year ago or something like that, is when they keep re-releasing like figures with like minor improvements, but then they completely like redo those figures, you know what I'm saying? Like it's still happening. So like the Earthrise Seeker mold is still around, it's still being used. I literally bought the Elite Seeker like from the Devastation 2-pack the day before that 86 Thundercracker got revealed. So it's still out there, it's still being used even up to this point. And like the Dramatic Capture Thundercracker is like coming out, and I'm sure a lot of people bought that because, oh, it's the best looking Thundercracker or whatever. And then they immediately, you know, they come out with a brand new mold, and it's like, you know, leagues better than the Earthrise one. But now people have this entire collection of Earthrise Seekers that's now they're just gonna have to sell off. It's nothing. It's worth nothing now because this new Seeker mold is gonna be so much better. And again, it's like with this Perceptor, it's like it's such a minor improvement, but people still like flock to this thing because they're like, oh well, the hips look better, and you know the backpack that you wouldn't have saw anyways is filled in now, so it looks a lot better. And I won't lie, it does look better. But is a minor improvement worth buying a figure again? Like, it's just, I hate that they do that. And I know that they're a business and they're a company and they're smart for that because they make a lot, I'm sure they make hella money from that. But it is just annoying, and I feel like it's pretentious. It's like, here, you can have this version, you pay for this, but we're gonna, you know, this version's the best version. I'm gonna give this to you, but oh, well, we actually took something out of this one just so we can make another one. And that's how I feel about the 86 Thundercracker, because even when I was looking at it, I was like, damn, this thing looks really, really fucking good. Like, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna resell this to me? I'm not even joking, that's what I was thinking. Like, the entire time I was looking at it, I was like, damn, how are they gonna resell this again, like 5 years down the line? And then it came out that it parts forms. Why the fuck would it have to parts form? Why would it parts form? That, it's just, and people are saying like, oh, it's good because now you can make it toy accurate and you can make it cartoon accurate. It is a cartoon accurate based figure. Why would it have that parts forming? Like, especially for like the normal Seeker mold. I understand that it would work for like, you know, Thrust and the Coneheads or whatever, but for like that normal Seeker mold, just a base F-15, you know, Starscream, like, why? Why would it parts form? And here's what I thought. Because they're gonna add like 2 hinges. They're literally gonna add like 2 hinges to this thing, maybe remold it a little bit or something, and they're gonna resell it in like 4 or 5 years. They're gonna sell it at leader price. They're gonna say, to add these 2 hinges, oh, you know, we threw in some finger articulation too and a few extra accessories. We're gonna resell this to you again. It's just really annoying to me that they sell you the less good version first just to get you a second sale. Like, that just sucks, dude. And like, honestly, if you are collecting like I was, like to try and get the best version of those characters, literally just move to Masterpiece. There is no reason to collect Chug if you're trying to get like the best representations and like best looking figures, because Hasbro's just never gonna make it. Of course they're never gonna give you the perfect version. They will always find something to improve on, which is like, I guess it's good, but at this point, how much money have you spent? Like, let's think about it for like even just the Seekers. So you bought the Siege Seekers, hell, you bought all of them. So right off the rip, that's Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp. Then you got the Rainmakers, that's 3 more. Those are kind of unique because those actually are supposed to be like the Tetrajets. Then you got like Nacelle, you got all these other ones, and you know, some of them work as Tetrajets, but you know, let's just say you bought all of those. And then Earthrise comes out and you rebuy all of them again. You literally rebuy everything again. And that's, you see how quickly this adds up. So it's like 30 for Starscream, 30 for Thundercracker, at least 30 for Skywarp, you know, 30 for Thrust, 30 for Ramjet, 30 for Dirge if you didn't pay aftermarket prices. And I feel really bad if you actually went out and paid like $200 for that Conehead 2-pack, you know, of Ramjet and Dirge. And if you paid like $200 for that, and then like, you know, a year later they make reissues, that's low-key tragic. Like, I would not be paying so much for these figures, but it's just crazy, dude. So like, you have all this money wrapped up into it, and they're still like kind of shitty figures, like especially Earthrise. And then 86 comes around, and it's going to be another, you know, 30 for each of them at least. And apparently Starscream is going to be a Target exclusive, so good luck getting that, I guess. It's just so dumb. So like I said, like, you might as well, like, at this point, you literally add that up. That's like $90 on one character. You know, you might as well just get the Masterpiece ones or KOs or something if you just want like truly, truly good representations. Like this Thundercracker, this is probably going to be my Thundercracker for like that till the end of time, literally. Like, it's just the best looking one. I mean, the deformation space exists, I guess, but I like this thing. I like the way it looks, the cartoon proportions. I love this thing. It's like literally perfect. There's literally like no way they could have improved on this. And I know this not everyone else is going to be able to find the same deals, but you really got to look around, because I bought this guy in a lot with Starscream, a Masterpiece Starscream. They are KOs, but that doesn't really matter. They're still pretty much the same quality. I bought him with Masterpiece Starscream, Masterpiece Skywarp, this guy, and a KFC Octane for like $200. That's like $50 a figure. Now your $90 for one character is looking a little bit expensive, if you know what I mean. Where I got these guys for like $50 each. That's amazing. And I still collect Hasbro figures. I still like some of the more unique stuff they do, like the Age of the Primes line. A lot of those unique characters I love. I'm totally in for it. But if you are literally just collecting for like a G1 season, like 1 and 2 shelf, literally just move to Masterpiece. There is no reason to collect mainline. Another thing I want to talk about is that the prices just keep going up, and what we get from each price point it keeps varying and changing. Like, it's so like inconsistent. And I know that they spread the budget out between the lines or whatever, but it's still just it's annoying how inconsistent it is. You can get, you know, this Perceptor that's improved, and I'm not even gonna lie, I think that this thing's actually a decent value for what it is. Because if each of these cassettes were sold on their own, they would have been like $10 each easily, just like Steeljaw was, which was another cassette bot. And then you get like a deluxe class Perceptor with better paint and everything on it for like $35, you know what I mean? And when Perceptor was like $20. So how are they able to do that? It's so clear that they're overpricing their stuff, but sometimes they throw you in like a good deal like that, but it's an exclusive, so good luck finding it. What I really find annoying is that to get these 3 figures right here was $101. To get these 3 figures, this shitty Earthrise repaint, and I do like this thing, I'm not even gonna lie, I like this thing, but the fact that it's still an Earthrise repaint, they've got their money out of this mold. Why is this still like a $60 set? They used to throw us a bone, and this would have been like, you know, $50 or whatever for like the set, and that would have been like, you know, even that would have been kind of cutting it, because it's like 30 and 20, but now it's like 35 and 25, so it's 60, and they are not cutting shit. And they didn't even put like the whole, like, it's not even like fully cell shaded. That's the thing that's getting me too, is how were they able to do like the Siege figures, that Siege Optimus and Megatron, the 35th anniversary ones, and completely cell shade them. But then the specific line for Transformers Devastation, which used cell shaded animation in it, why can't they do that for these figures? Especially when they're not cutting any of the budget. I get that they have a few extra weapons, but dude, where's the money going? Like, I actually have no clue. Like, how were they able to do that back then for like, you know, literally like 32 each, and then they can't do these 2 guys, which one's a deluxe? Like, how can they not do these in the same way, or at least add a little bit more paint? Like, I just feel like it's such a ripoff, and I'm part of the problem. I'm still buying it because Devastation appeals to me. They have me in a chokehold, but it's just annoying. It still like pisses me off, but it's like, I'm still gonna get it because it's Devastation. That's like the only reason I got them. But again, it was $101 to get these 3 figures. That is like for a minimum wage employee, which I used to work 2 jobs, deadass. I used to work 2 jobs. One was like complete minimum wage, and the other one I made a little bit more. But I worked 2 jobs just so I could like start affording everything I wanted or whatever. That's how I got such a crazy collection. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people probably wouldn't expect that, but yeah, I actually worked for all this shit. So, you know, just the fact that I can empathize with someone who might be a minimum wage employee or doesn't, you know, can't make has bills to pay and shit. Like, that's a lot of fucking money. $101, that's $100. That is like 10 hours to a minimum wage employee. 10 hours of my life gone. 10 hours of your life gone for these figures. That is insane. I just feel like it's absurd how expensive they are. Like, it's actually getting like obnoxiously expensive, like actually. And like, there's so many figures that I just feel like aren't worth it anymore. Like, again, I know the budget's spread between the lines, but dude, like SS86 Scrapper, like what even is that figure? It's like not complex. There's like no paint. It's got like one ratchet joint, and that's what I hate too. Or people are saying like, oh, it's worth it because it has one ratchet joint in it. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm sure that one joint really cost him another $10 to make it. Like, dude, are you serious? And I know he has extra guns, but I don't even care, dude. Like, it's just annoying when the base figure is like kind of shitty. I just hate how much it's so clear how much they're gouging us for money. It's just obnoxious. But yeah, anyways, some main takeaways. Fuck Hasbro. If you're going for like, again, if you're going for like the best looking guys, just switch to Masterpiece. If you say they're too expensive, they're not, because you're gonna end up spending the same thing on mainline. Just switch to Masterpiece. Hasbro's getting incredibly expensive. I hate it when they get you to buy stuff like multiple times over. It's just obnoxious, and it's just really sad to see. I feel like it's just throwing away money. For my collecting journey, most of it's been during this cycle where it's just G1 over and over again, but it's the same exact figures. It's not like they have unique traits to them. They are literally competing for the exact same spots on your shelf. So like, I just hate it. I just hate it. And I know this video is going to be a bitch to put together for me because it's so many just different incoherent clips of me rambling. But there's one more thing I want to add too, is that I heard this story in a YouTube comment about some guy finding More Than Meets the Eye collection Perceptors returned in its box without the cassettes with the original SS86 Perceptor. And like, I've thought about doing that. I can't even lie. I've literally thought about doing that because it's to the point where it's so annoying to have to sell off old figures and buy the new ones that it's like, at this point, fuck them, dude. Why wouldn't I just buy the new one and then return the old one? Like, it's actually, like, it's such a money waste at this point. And like, again, it's not right to do, but it's just so annoying that Hasbro can do it to us and we just have to accept it. I'm talking for like every character, like that SS86 Thundercracker. Why don't I just return, my 86 Starscream in that box? Like, at this point, it's just getting absurd because it's like, there's no way to make that money back. I spent $50 on that SS86 Starscream. There's no way to get that back. It's gone. That thing it's not worth shit now. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I know this isn't the most put together video, but I just wanted to talk about it. So yeah.